So seemingly in Asheville last weekend, I lost my point of clarity on Sunday, hence why I didn't get called to the hot seat, but that gave me the opportunity
you think
to
you should be in the
clarify.
hot seat every time?
Yeah,
no matter who's in the room?
My point of attraction is powerful.
And expectation is everything, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and there's no competition. We're not wanting you to feel that there are other expectations that are greater, and that's why you're not called on, or you are. But there's
a perfect calling.
There also is a consensus of vibration in the room. There's a what's the path of most allowance for the most, and so yeah.
And for those of us that have been hanging around for a while, this has been a kick-ass session so far.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I've realized in the power of my thought that I'm basking in appreciation of being the producer, the editor, the producer, the actor, and the editor of my tapestry of life.
Yeah.
And
the audience too.
Indeed. And while I'm
the receiver.
And while I'm tapping into this storehouse of infinite intelligence with what could be labeled clairaudient, sentient, cognizant awareness, over the last month, what has become transparent to me in my experience to date is whether I can double down on my experience and leverage two powerful aspects that I've come to understand. One is meditation, and the second is sleep. So I'm re-engineering my kind of life experience at this point in time as I'm constructing it.
You're going to like this distinction. In sleep, there is a stopping of momentum. In meditation, there is a changing of frequency.
Say that again for me, please.
In sleep, there is a stopping of momentum. Let's say you've got a vibration going and it's not serving you. And you're awake and you're talking about it and you're thinking about it and you're in conversation with others about it, and the momentum is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So therefore the vibration is becoming more and more central to your point of attraction. But then you sleep and that momentum of that vibration stops. The momentum stops. You're no longer adding to the momentum of it. You left the vibration right where you last left it, but you're no longer, while you were asleep, adding to the momentum of it.
Right.
So then you wake up and you go into meditation. Now you are awake, therefore momentum can happen, but you are deliberately focusing in a way that allows your vibration to raise, and you are staying there long enough to allow that momentum to happen. This is an important distinction.
Right. For the first time in my life, I actually feel I'm one step ahead of what you're telling me. This is good.
Then we're receiving from you.
What I am empowered to tap into is given the momentum of the positive thought. I've closed the door on the devil of negative thought.
For now? Well, because everything is in the moment.
Indeed.
Given the scenario that you were expressing, yes.
So if I'm gaining momentum in my thought process in terms of the positive aspects of my life experience,
then you've gained momentum and now you're in this vibrational place. So now what's happening next? Now you're in that pure positive place, and now the momentum of receiving is beginning to happen, and interpreting and beginning to being able to say the words. And now what else is that momentum going to do? It's going to bring you into full validation, manifestation.
Which it has done in my conscious experience.
Yes.
What I would like to qualify, if possible, today, I've been toying with this whole idea. If 17 seconds of pure positive thought is the equivalent of 2,000 action hours, motivated action hours, what's the qualification of being in a pure positive state in this meditative place immediately before my sleep time? So that my cadre, and I said about I'm enjoying my life experience because I see myself as the producer, the actor, and the editor. But the directorship that sits between the asking and the knowing, the directorship is leveraging this infinite storehouse of intelligence to direct then my life experience. Hence the power in my waking conscious state of being, the power that then I summon forth through clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant knowing to then follow the path.
We don't disagree with anything that you're saying, and it is logical that if you were to put your meditation before sleep so that you're raising your vibration before you sleep, and then you sleep and you're stopping any momentum, including the positive momentum, the positive that you just accomplished through meditation.
So there's a distinguishing factor. So I can't accelerate it. No?
That when you wake up in the morning, that you would have a higher probability of being able to focus yourself into what we could call productive point of attraction. But we just want to throw this question into the mix, because meditation accomplishes the higher vibration every time you do it. And what keeps you from maintaining that higher vibration that you frequently accomplish is the living of life that brings to you, in other words, conscious focus on the way you feel is the key that will lead you to all kinds of different things that will help you to find the path of least resistance. In other words, if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would be doing just what you're doing. We would be looking for anything and everything that we could think of. Esther decided, she heard us say, make more decisions in every day. So she started making as many decisions in a day as she could make. And then she began living with the law of attraction consequences of all of those decisions. So life started coming at her pretty fast because she'd set so many decisions in motion. So then she began to be aware that it was important that she focus more. So she started making more lists of what she was going to do in order to keep up with all of this momentum that she had accomplished. And then she began feeling less free and more occupied than she wanted to be. In other words, you're bored, and so you ask for more, and then you're overwhelmed, and then you ask for less. In other words, you're just always from where you are reaching for what's best from where you are. We just want to say that there isn't anything that you will ever decide that you're going to do in terms of methodology that's going to be the answer to all things. The only thing that we know of that you could decide is going to be in terms of methodology that will serve you forevermore is, I care about how I feel. I am the writer and the director and the producer and the actor and the audience of how I feel, period, end of subject. And then go about it in any way that you can. And all of these suggestions are good. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Enough?
I think I'm done.
All right.
Thanks.
That's actually shocking. You all are very interesting because we say to you, you create your own reality. We're talking about the history of your discovery of us and our interaction with you. We say, you are the creator of your own reality, and you go, oh, good. Uh-oh. So it seems like a really good idea at first, and then you begin feeling responsible about it. And then we say, there's something that you don't know about what you've been doing that's been affecting what's coming to you. And this is what it is. And you say, oh, good. And then you say, uh-oh. As you realize that it's all self-induced, it's all self-attracted, it's all self-inflicted, it's all self-imposed, it's all about self. And then we say, and this is the piece that we said from the beginning, and we've said it in more ways than everything else put together. Then we say, there is a relationship between you and you that you can feel in emotions, and the way that you manage the vibrational frequency of you and benefit from the source energy who is surrounding you and flowing to you and through you is by modulating your thoughts deliberately and consciously in order to accommodate your allowance of the vibrational signal of all of that. And you say, ah, that makes sense. And then we say, and to do that, that means you got to find a way of feeling good now, feeling good now, feeling good now. You have to be less reactive to conditions and more responsive to the source within you. That's really what we're talking about. To be in the receptive mode means being responsive to the energy that is flowing. Just wanted to sort of balance all of that out. Oh, you're here.
Yes. Thank you. Is that okay?
We're playing with you in order for you to take away the seriousness of this interchange.
Okay. Thank you. I have a couple of things that I've experienced since learning what you do with source energy and with the vortex, and practicing and learning day to day, going through things. I realize that my peers at work, they think I'm kind of annoying. And they think...
Are you?
No, because I'm at a vibrational state that is high.
Well, this is a really good
to be
distinction,
happy.
because even though they are annoyed, you are not the source of their annoyance. And that was what we wanted to know, if you know, and you do know.
Yes.
You're not the source of their annoyance.
No.
Their relationship with who they are is the source of their annoyance. Yeah.
But being at a level of being happy and seeing good in like every situation,
Oh, that's annoying.
that is annoying. So
Yeah, Mr.
my
Half Glass
question,
Full. Uh-huh.
yes. So the question that I have when they complain a lot is if my vibration, if I vibrate hard enough, can I raise their vibration? Because I got to love them where they're at.
Yes, the answer to that question must be yes. But there's a bigger question that we want to put to you. Is that your path of least resistance? No, it isn't.
No, but you said earlier.
No, it isn't. Do not take it upon yourself. It is not your responsibility to raise the vibration of another. And when you try, when their path of least resistance becomes what's most important to you, it will backfire on you every single time. Because if you be it, they become needy vultures that will suck the life out of you.
Yeah. I had something that I had gotten upset with. Okay.
Really?
By somebody. Okay, so earlier today you were saying there's you, and then there's the long you. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sort of like Abraham Esther.
Yeah. Okay, so my long you probably wouldn't get upset in this situation. But
No, you're.
the you, yeah, wants to punch their you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only question is that the path of least resistance?
Yes.
Because it seems like it pre-jail. It seems like it pre-lawsuit.
Well,
It seems-
to help
it-
them get to a different level,
Oh, you're
maybe
doing
they
it
need
for
a little,
them.
push or,
We can see
a
how
little-
you'd sacrifice your life to help them understand that you were right. We can.
I'm a helper. I'm helping. I want to help.
Well, we've had fun with this, but you know the answers to all of these things. In other words, we know some people really yank your chain, and what you want is for your chain to not be yankable. And you will never get to the place of wanting to punch someone in the nose if you've been aware of how you've been feeling and you've been diffusing as it's been going along. But if you're not paying attention to where you are, and then suddenly you've got all this momentum going, then sometimes something like that is the path of least resistance, because you're completely out of control. You may have heard us say, we said it for quite a while, if you're in despair or if you're in fear, then revenge and hatred is in the direction of the path of least resistance, because it feels so much better to be in control than to be out of control. You just don't want to hang around there very long.
Right.
And with what you know, you're way past all of that.
That makes me different, but they see that I'm different. I want them to change as well. I mean, I love them, You can love your coworkers, can't you?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes, you want them to feel better too.
Yes.
Yes. But if it bothers you when they don't feel better, you're not where you think you are.
Okay.
That's sort of hard to hear. But those compliant, lovely people who just make it easy to feel good all the time, they don't give you the gift that the hard cases do. The hard cases give you the gift of finding your own alignment. The easy ones just help you to practice finding more easy ones. But then you're sort of trapped by your environment. You can only go where the easy ones are. You have to send out a party ahead of you to find out, is everybody going to likely agree with me on everything? If so, I'll venture into your territory. You want to be able to be who you are and go wherever you want to go, and law of attraction will deliver to you in this evolution of vibration into manifestation things that are pleasing all along the way. Teachers, people who were born teachers and uplifters like you care too much about where everybody else is. And we don't mean that you love too much, because that's not possible. We mean you care too much about where they are at any given point in time. You have to take the long view. You got to understand, they have an inner being who knows all the things about them that you know about them. Their inner being knows that they're supposed to be happy, and their inner being knows that they are worthy, and their inner being is calling them in the direction of what feels good. And if they can't hear their inner being, they're probably not going to hear you either. Don't let it break your heart that they're holding to where they are. They've got some momentum going. And if their desire is to feel better, their path of least resistance will eventually yield to them a way, just like your path of least resistance has yielded to you a way.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Did we get there for you?
Yes.
Against your will? In other words, we don't want to browbeat you into submission.
No, I'm good.
We want to call you into alignment. Did we?
Yes, thank you.
That's a good answer.